Hello, good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Heading off to a quick meeting and then doing a live webinar using Be Live. Don't know if you guys ever used Be Live. It's a Facebook live tool that allows you to interview 2 or 3 people all at one time. So it's in my accountability partnership. What's up, leader of nations? Making it happen. Great motivational quotes, by the way. Fantastic stuff. Leadership is extremely key, so really like your page and what's going on there. So hope you're all doing well, going off to do something that you enjoy. At the same time, know that you don't have to enjoy every single moment of what you like doing, right? So for example, if let's say I'm a professional football player, I might not love cardio, I might not love doing suicides or 100-yard sprints, but I love playing game day, right? And I love crushing somebody else. I love beating somebody else. So that's kind of just the idea. Nikki, what's up? Good luck. Thank you. Hope you have a fantastic day. So this is kind of fun. I stopped into a fitness store yesterday, if anyone lives in the Wausau area, central Wisconsin, and was just talking with the guy about partnerships, and he was telling me he's trying to connect with a bunch of businesses. And I thought to myself, why wouldn't a business be open to partnering up with other businesses that are local, right, and supporting each other, whether you're driven by revenue or you're driven by impact or community involvement. I think partnering up with other communities is extremely critical. Hey, good morning, Max. How you doing? Thank you. You inspire us, brother. Hey, thank you very much for taking your time and attention to chime in on this. I really enjoy live sessions that way we can kind of go off script and engage as a community here. You guys can engage down there. I know that if I'm on point, you can kind of hit a little heart attack time. And at the same time, thank you very much. I have a script in my mind or a message that I want to kind of come off with, and then you guys can shift our conversation just based on what's on your mind and really go at it. Hey, there's Will, by the way. Will's on. I'm fascinated, guys, by a lot of what you guys do out there, just because I'm in financial services. But like Will, he's Bullfrog. I don't know if he's still on, but he actually cleans and does maintenance on pools, which to me is absolutely fascinating. I don't know why, but I just like the idea that you can start with something. I totally spit there. You can start off with something totally grotesque, because somebody kind of left it and neglected this green pool. Algae started growing it, and all of a sudden, with chemicals and the right care, boom, you can go clean. Hey, what's up, Christine? We totally missed each other. I did leave a message, by the way, with Rick, and then I followed up. He actually messaged me through Facebook Messenger, and so we'll see what they can do. I'll keep you posted, because I would love to have you work with Bergstrom. That would just be fantastic. Because what a cool company. If you guys are unfamiliar, Christina's from my neck of the woods. She actually does some social media consulting, and so it's kind of cool. Thanks for the shout out. Hey, no problem, Will. Love what you do, man. Oh, the boss from Vegas? What? By the way, Vegas and Wisconsin have to be on complete polar opposites of the weather spectrum, right? Desert down there in Vegas, freaking Arctic winters of Wisconsin. You'll be back in 2 weeks. Okay, well, I will reach out to him again and see if there's an opportunity for us to get down and dirty. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be in Houston on June 6th, so I'll be having it. I should actually pick a post about that. I'll be down in Texas in the middle of a shoulder workout. So, hey, understandable, boss, dude. You got to do you, bro, and I appreciate you chiming in. I appreciate that. You gotta. I really do enjoy exercising. There's some days I don't enjoy it, right? Like, you just don't feel like it. I didn't feel like working out last night, but I said, you know what? I want to be able to make sure I work out at least 4 times a week. And so 9:30 at night, pull out the dumbbells. Now, I am watching 30 Rock in the background. So there you go. Christina, I should totally post that I'm going to be down there in Houston, Texas. I'm going to be down there for a few days. My boys are going to go with my sons out to Cancun with my parents. My son's going out with dude, I can't even talk. They're going out to Cancun, family vacation. My wife's preggo, so there's no way I'm going to be leaving her to go on a family vacation and be like, oh yeah, honey, don't worry, you just stay home and you be pregnant and I'm going to go have fun time over here. So so I'll be coming down to Houston. I'm going to spend a few days there. So I should connect with a bunch of people. So it'll be a lot of fun. Love Houston, love it. Kyle, Arnold's Insurance. What's up, buddy? Good morning. So I'll let you know, Christina. I'll actually Facebook message him this morning and see what's going on. They have, by the way, 6,000 YouTube videos at Bergstrom, and they don't even own the channel Bergstrom, which is just doesn't make any sense to me. Sherman, yeah, what's up? What's up, you crazy person? I'll get the social media rock stars together for brunch. Let's do it. Awesome. That sounds like so much fun. That sounds like I love, by the way, getting, if you guys can connect online, right? I love getting offline and doing a little face-to-face, a little belly-to-belly. There is something psychological, by the way, by sharing, breaking bread together, sharing, I was going to say swap and spit, but that's a totally different meaning. But when you like sit down, you have coffee with someone, you break bread with someone, have food, psychologically you start connecting on a different level, which is very unique. So that way, if you're ever going to someone's house from a sales call or a business call and they offer you something, you want to take it. So don't bring your own water in. Go into a meeting, and if they offer you water or coffee, take water or coffee, because it connects you psychologically that you're on the same page. When you deny them, you're actually kind of putting up a barrier that you don't want to socially engage with them, which you do from a business perspective. Next time you're in Florida, I will stop by in Florida. You guys are fantastic down there. Let's keep it. Let's keep it to bread. Yeah, bread's funny. You ever in New York? Max, I do need to get out to New York. My guess is based on, so I'm going to Minneapolis the following week in June. I wanted to get out to New York in May. Just didn't happen from a meeting perspective. But I will totally make it out there. Kids due in July. It's tough. Let's tentatively say September. I'm going to make it out there to NYC. Let's do that. Head into the air. Oh, adios. Have a fun time. Safe flight. Coming out to Israel. Ooh, that would be fantastic. I should make a trip to Israel. What a storied country. I don't have anything booked though. That's for sure. Let's see what we can do. For me, guys. As long as I can kind of squeeze it in, my day job, I work with business owners and employees and helping them with their employee benefits. So if there's an opportunity to kind of get around the world, I want to figure it out. That's for sure. So great question. Excuse me. So this morning I'm headed off to a meeting. First, it's at 8:30. Buddy and I are going to get together, and we're just going to do accountability, how things go this week, what are you going to be working on, what are you committed to, and then at 9 o'clock I have a meeting with a business owner, and it's been fun. The business owner, we follow each other on Instagram, and then he's here locally, and so we kind of connected, and then after that I'm actually giving a talk at noon to an organization. I sit on a board of an organization called Blessings in a Backpack, and we focus on helping provide food for kids on the weekend, right? So a lot of the kids that participate in our program, have free meals or heavily discounted meals through the school programs here in the United States, and so unfortunately, sadly, we feed over 1,200 students each week. So that's just a lot of kids, unfortunately, in our community, small community, guys, that, hey, Easy, what's up? Good morning. It's a lot of kids that need assistance, which is really kind of sad. We're an extremely successful world, right? We've developed a whole multitude of just different things, and here we are, can't take care of the most needy, right? Children, you know what I mean? So, anyway, that's kind of what I'm doing. So, gonna meet here at and that'll be at a country club. Here right now, I'm meeting at a Starbucks. So oftentimes for me, meeting somebody, I'm gonna meet you at kind of on your turf, so to speak. So I either want to meet you at your house, want to meet you at your place of business, or we'll meet at a neutral spot like a Starbucks. And then you just got to make sure you actually give an address of the Starbucks, because there's so many. They're almost as populated as McDonald's throughout the world, right? It just seems like they're on every corner. So that's the idea here. So actually, I am on time. I feel good about that. Usually I'm totally running behind, so this is kind of nice. Population of the area that I live in is, if I take in like all the surrounding cities, about 100,000. So I think it's like 96,000 is when it's all said and done. So not a lot of people. So that makes it a little bit tough. About to turn on a laptop. Sounds fantastic. Buddy's just texted me that he's about to turn on the laptop. That's the accountability group that we're going to have, where we just go back and forth and talk about what's happening. And we usually have like a theme that we want to talk about. Hope you have a prosperous day too, Chapter Million. Have a fantastic day yourself. So the other thing that I would say is, what's interesting, that's about my pop as well. Have a great day. Hey, no problem. You have a fantastic day. So one of the interesting things that I would say is that when it comes to the live sessions, for any of you that want to do live sessions, is just start doing it, right? And constantly do it, right? Like, I think a lot of times people see that I go live, and they might not even come on, or they come on, they come off, and then, or they come on, they come off. They pop in and they pop off just based on their schedule, right? Maybe you're taking a double deuce and you can watch it. Maybe you can't because there's a neighbor next to you, right? Maybe you're at work and you're like, I can't listen to this, but I wish I could listen to it, right? And so what I do is I come on maybe once or twice every single day, Monday to Friday. And so eventually what happens is you start going, hey, what is this guy constantly talking about? He's always on, and what's going on? It's about impressions, absolutely. And so for me, I want it to be more engaging, right? I'm not an artist, right? So I'm not like playing a guitar where like you can kind of see this live session, which I think is a lot of fun. For any of you that saw Justin Bieber the other day, he was live here on Instagram, and it was crazy. There was like 300,000 people on, which to me is just mind blowing that how many people he can get on. And then what I found is what I was reminded though is that, you know, when you're kind of working at your own craft, it can be lonely at times. And he was totally bored. You could totally tell. Well, he actually even said it, like, I'm totally bored. And you could tell, dude, he was totally lonely. Totally lonely. So here's a person that's super, super successful. Here's like 90 people following this dude, 300,000 on his live sessions, and totally lonely. That's just kind of how life is. I like to make like 250 lives in Facebook. Oh, Facebook is where you go live. That's nice. Now to get people to learn on my Facebook, it may need to be an article. That's a very cool. I think you're spot on, right? So you want to almost have a strategy when it comes to your live session of saying, okay, how do I get people to draw in? For me, Pat, rat's back. That's how I end up. I use Instagram because I have a bigger following here than I do on Facebook. Plus. Now I have a bigger following actually on Twitter, but I found that Periscope doesn't necessarily give me the same kind of exposure, right? Like from a standpoint of letting people know. And I think a lot of people don't have notifications turned on a lot of people just because it's one of those apps that just constantly pushes stuff out. So I don't know. There's not a ton of engagement outside of the dude that's trying to get 18 million retweets for Wendy's so we can get free chicken nuggets. I don't know if you guys have seen that whipping around Twitter, but that's kind of cool. Yeah, I saw him running back around the hotel. Yeah, no. So that's, you know, it's easy. It's just interesting, right? Here, I mean, here's a guy that's like extremely famous, extremely well-to-do, and here he is, not necessarily having the best time of his life. It can be a very lonely, a lonely time. When you run your own business, it's the same way, right? There's oftentimes, thanks by the way for the heart attack, he got the nugs, right? So that's the idea, is that oftentimes. When you're running your own business, you're doing your own thing. You're trying to run a business. So oftentimes, even if you have a partner, it's gonna be very lonely. Where you're kind of stuck to your own thoughts on how you wanna do things. He beat Ellen, and Wendy's gave him the nuggets. That's awesome. That is awesome. I didn't know that. Rat's back. That's freaking awesome. It's just a really cool story. I know I retweeted it because I was like, dude, someone's gonna get free chicken nuggets for a year. I love that. So, and I think it got a lot of awareness, right? I think it totally worked. I mean, and guess what that was? It was Wendy's having the smart plan to actually respond back, right? And that's where I'd say, like, right now, it's all about creating that online connections, right? That network online. So that way, if you ever need something down the road, you're ready. But if we don't necessarily connect, then what happens is, if we don't build the online network, what happens is we don't. Yeah, I come back from sales call. Sherman has a tie made. Boom, dude. Kyle, that's how it gets done, bro. That's how it gets done. You tie enough ties on a daily basis, this is easy. Replying is key. Yeah, for me, I call it community management, right? So you're basically engaging. And your engagement was whatever it is. But for me, if somebody follows me, I want to say thanks for following, and then I'll go actually now to their page and look at like the first 12 posts, see if it's something that's of interest. There are a ton of motivational quote pages. I'm amazed at how many motivational quote pages there are. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I like the idea of mixing that in with who you are, right? So if I'm Kyle, I'm running an insurance-based business, I would maybe show a photo, a video. Videos work better. I would do a video of my office. I'd walk around. If I'm running a claims, I would be able to do a video of what that's going on. But then I'd show some motivation, right? And maybe I'd have a strategy for Monday to Friday, right? So Monday motivation, technical Tuesday, wacky Wednesday, throwback Thursday, feeling Friday. The month right now, it's May, so maybe it's about May showers, right? So if I'm in an insurance-based business, I would talk about, outages and storms. I would talk about, trees falling on houses, right? So then I would mix in what I do professionally and this motivation, if that's who I am. Right now, if I'm not a motivational person, but I love photography, maybe I mix in photos of scenery and flowers and what I do. Because that's what if anyone watches Will, he's probably off now, but he was a Bullfrog, and so he shows like, okay, kind of before and after photos, before and after, and then some videos of what he's doing, and so he's pulling in people on what he's doing. Another person I follow is a private pilot, right? So he's flying all over. Really the world. I mean, he was like in Cancun. He's a private pilot. So he's kind of going to these really cool places. So he's just showing you what he does for a job. But it's fascinating because if, let's say you and I aren't even in that world, let's say we're in banking, well, that's kind of cool, man, that this pilot gets to do this stuff. And so we're kind of learning, or it's almost like cable TV, your own style, right? So it's through Instagram. That's just kind of the difference. And I'm sure, YouTube's already kind of going that way, where you have all these different genres and, all these different YouTubers. And so eventually you'll probably get to these, these big channels, these big people that have huge, huge audiences that promote certain messages. And, we're all watching. So, we're not all watching, but a lot of us do watch if we enjoy it, right? If we like it. So I'm going to go in here to my meeting. Thanks for all the time and attention. If I can be of any value, DM me. Guys, profile, cell phone's there. If you need to talk, you need support, keep making it happen. Thanks again. Peace.